All right, so good evening, everybody. My name is Walt. Come on, let's get some more. All right. So I've been sitting here for the last few months, just kind of sitting in the corner, and I was approached by a friend of mine a few months ago about, I use the term preppers, even despite the stigma that usually gets attached to that. But I'm actually kind of proud of it, because it means mine and my family is going to be safe if something goes bad. We got an update available here.
Probably the NSA, just cancel it.
Yeah, it's just the NSA money. Okay. So anyway, now he can't play the kind of role I can because of the nature of his job. So he asked me to step into the foreground, and along with this lovely young lady back here, Chris Thurman, she's a good friend of mine. I call her my Texas mom, because as you can tell by my accent, I didn't grow up in Texas. But it just took me a while to get here. So
Got here as soon as you could.
I got here as quick as I could. So I'm just going to kind of go over what the brainchild of him was about, teaching other people to be prepared in the event of an emergency. Man-caused disasters, as we're calling the cliches now, and some like hurricanes, tornadoes, natural disasters. So what came to be, are we going to work? Okay, your computer didn't let my point go that far. Brazos Valley Preparedness. Alright, so I'm just giving a little introduction this evening to kind of introduce the group and go from there. Alright, so what we're about. This is a bunch of cool mumbo jumbo I put on a slide. It's about a place for like-minded people to get together in a quest for being prepared for emergencies, both natural and man-made, like I've said. But the key to this is most groups like this get together and it's about, this is how you gotta do it. This isn't about that. This is about spreading knowledge, spreading experiences, okay? Raising awareness and helping to spread the knowledge to others in their quest to make sure their loved ones are safe. And I hate to say it, I do that out of a selfish reason. Because if I teach this gentleman right here, I'm going to use you as an example, I hope you don't mind. If I teach this gentleman right here about preparedness, I don't have to worry about him coming and knocking on my door when there's an emergency. Okay? That means I have one less person I have to worry about trying to take stuff away from me and my family. So it's a totally selfish reason, but everybody gets the benefit out of the deal. So and this is about encouraging education and dialogue about preparing individuals for emergencies. I don't teach classes, I start conversations. I get you thinking about it. So why do we do this? Like I said, this is to encourage self-reliance, not government cheese. This is to encourage preparedness, and to in an emergency situation, like I said, those unprepared can become hostile towards those that are prepared. I read one book where the stigma of the Mormon church being prepared actually caused a small riot. It was a fiction book. It caused a riot in this town as they stormed the Mormon's house because everybody knows Mormons have 25 years of food stockpiles. It was just a stigma of this person's prepared, so we're going to take what they've got because we don't have it. And this is my most important point right here. We want people to think for themselves. Okay? Think for yourself in your preparedness, because nobody has a cookie-cutter approach or perfect idea for everybody. Alright? I myself, currently, I'm single and live alone. Okay, my preparedness requirements are different from Pamela's, different from Bill's and Terry's. I'm sorry, I want to make sure I have your name right. Everybody in here has different requirements on what their family needs in the event of an emergency. So to give you an example, we recently had a class on June 13th of this year called Considerations for Preparing a Get-Home Bag. There are a few people in this room right now that were actually in that class. Now this was not about showing you how to make a get-home bag. This was about getting people thinking for themselves on how to build and evolve the get-home bag. For those of you who don't know, the get-home bag is the idea of if you're stuck away from home and for some reason driving is not available, maybe roads are impassable due to natural disasters or what have you, the idea is to have this bag available to you as an everyday carry item in your trunk or what have you, to where you can use that bag and the resources within it to provide yourself safe and viable passage home. Different people have different requirements. Folks are from San Antonio, that, you know, you came up here this evening for us, San Antonio. Your requirements in that situation would be different from mine, where I'm less than 5 miles from here. Okay? The video of that class is actually on YouTube as well. We do have our own channel. It's BB Preparedness. The video is about an hour long. So these are some events that we have planned, or we're in the process of planning right now. CHL class is being planned for later this year. There's a self-defense and situational awareness class that we're actually planning with the Sheriff's Department. A few of us are into canning, making jewelry for like maybe bartering items in the event of a major emergency. First aid, CPR. I actually heard about the Red Cross as a first aid for dogs class. I'm a dog lover. That's going on this list. I'm sorry?
And cats.
And cats? I'll check into that, I promise.
And we're not tolerated.
Yeah, the cat might give you a little bit of difficulty. The dog will think you're
Cat at
pet.
least bring me a rat every once in a while if you're starving.
My dog will bring me a bird, so. Anyway. And the eventual goal of all this is, and this fits great, Pamela and I were speaking about this earlier actually. The acronym we use here for the Tea Party is Teach, Empower, and Act. Okay? And this is about teaching people and empowering them to act on their own to take care of themselves and the ones they love. Okay? I can't think of a single person in here. I'm assuming this is a big, broad net I'm throwing over everybody. I can't think of a single person in here that probably wouldn't be willing to put a bullet down line or take a bullet for someone that's important to them, for someone that they love. I'm pretty sure it's a good blanket statement for everybody in this room. So that's the concept of it. You're empowering people and teaching them to take care of themselves and their loved ones. Some other things we're looking into right now, and I am willing to take suggestions, is community outreach options. Obviously, this was just a shot in the dark. I went to Pamela last meeting and I was like, she's like, sure, do a presentation. And I was like, okay, that's more than I was expecting. I just wanted to put the Facebook page on the DCST Party Facebook page. I was like excited about that. So she took it a step further. I said, I'm game, let's do it. So, and of course we have the typical, come on. I'm glad I didn't I usually put lots of animation in my presentations, and I'm glad I didn't do it this time. Come on. We have the usual social media blitz that everybody does nowadays. So we have Facebook, Twitter, that's our @BBPreps, that's our Twitter handle. We have Google+, YouTube, and of course Google Communities. I didn't know a whole lot about that until just recently though. And you can't really read it because it doesn't represent very good on the screen. But we have a Gmail account. If you guys are interested, you can email us. It's bbpreps@gmail.com. And the gentleman whose brainchild this was that kind of brought me into the conversation is a gentleman named John Tarrant. He's a good friend of mine. And like I said, because of the nature of his job, that's not his actual name. That's kind of the name he uses to hide behind because his job is a very sensitive position. And he even has an email set up under his pseudonym, john.tarrant@gmail.com. So if you want to send him an email and say, hey, are you real? He'll answer. I even told him about this, and he was all excited. He was more excited than I was. Looking at the possibility of websites, well, I've actually been told websites are kind of antiquated nowadays. Everybody just does social media and says, forget the websites. So, and I do want to find out if there's anybody in here looking for anything in particular. Any topics of classes that would be interesting. We've already got cat first aid. Please write that down, Chris. I'm sorry? Disappearing aid, yes. Go ahead.
On the notion of dogs and cats, would there be anybody that would help train your dog to actually, be a better watchdog and to alarm, be your first line of alarm? Let's say you have all your prep stuff somewhere. Would you want to know if someone was walking up to it before they got there? And that sort of thing. Is there somebody that...
So my answer is yes, you would want to know. And the answer is I don't know is whether or not there's someone that could train in the area, so that's something we can look into.
Yeah,
I mean, these are ideas I'm asking for right now, and I will look into these. That's not, sir.
I haven't really gotten into prep too much, but I haven't done any research on it. I'd like to know where I can do some research on getting some of the food.
Okay.
I don't want to order it off it online until I know something about it, because I want to be sure it's something that.
So what you want is a primer about some of the long-term storage food solutions?
Yeah, I want something that I can taste and see, be sure it's, before I invest a lot of money, I want to be sure it's.
Taste it.
Okay, and that's great. That's a great. Give me just a second. Give me just a second. And that's great. And my mom is writing that down as we speak, as you and I speak, and I see you just a second. And if you on our Facebook page, which is BB Preparedness, that's what I abbreviated it for Facebook page. Get on there. Both myself and John and other people do, and Mom's going to be starting to post articles and stuff about preparing, preserving. Okay.
He says his is real good.
So can we add to that list reviews of storage food of some kind?
What I would suggest is if we could talk to some of these people to come and bring their stuff for everybody to do a taste test.
Yeah.
Okay, that might be another class we could look into as a taste testing option for food. So let's add that to the list. We also are talking to local dentists to see about emergency situation, long-term dental solutions, and some medical stuff as well, first aid, stuff like that. So, okay, so I'm about out of time. What I'm going to ask is if anybody here is interested. First of all, we do, like I show up here, we do our Facebook page and Twitter feeds and all that fun stuff. Half this stuff, like I said, I didn't even know about until I started doing this part. And then also, my mom back here, Chris Thurmond, my Texas mom, like I said, she's got a sign-up sheet. So if anybody's interested, give her your email address and phone number. We'll get you on our mailing list. Neither Chris nor I maintain that email list. So no one can ever ask me to give an email list out. No one can ever ask her or threaten either one of us. Other people have it. So we don't even know who keeps it. So that it can't be asked for. That way I can say, I don't have it. I can be honest about that. So your information will be protected adamantly, okay? And, I don't even think we keep it, I don't even know if they keep it on a computer, whoever maintains it, so. But we do it like, bbpreps@gmail.com, send out the newsletters and the announcements when they're available. Facebook page, and we're going to start cross-linking some of the DCST party, putting announcements on each other's pages and fun stuff like that. If you have any questions or anything for me after this, I'm going to be here for the meeting, but we are all going to Applebee's afterwards. You can feel free to grab me between the two or at Applebee's, whatever works for you guys. All right? Thank you all for your time. Thank you for